All right, let's jump right into it. Today we're talking about a huge shift happening in Dhaka's rental market. We've been digging through insights from places like banglamart.com and hotels.com BD, and what we're seeing is the rise of the furnished apartment. It's a trend that is totally changing the game for landlords and tenants alike.
So let me ask you something. Think about the last time you moved. What was the absolute worst part? If your mind immediately goes to the nightmare of buying furniture, hauling it upstairs, and just the sheer effort of setting up a new place, well, you're not alone. It's a massive headache, especially in a city as busy as Dhaka. And it's that exact problem, that universal headache, that's really driving a major change in the rental scene. The old school way of renting a totally empty flat, it's just starting to feel kind of broken for a whole lot of people. Let's dig into why.
Okay, so look at this. It's like two totally different worlds, right? On the left, you've got the classic struggle, the high upfront cost for furniture, the pain of setting up all your utilities, and being locked into a long lease. But then on the right, that's the new way. You just show up with your bags. Everything's good to go. You have one simple, predictable bill and the flexibility you actually need.
And that brings us to what many are now calling the new gold standard for city living. The furnished apartment isn't just some small niche thing anymore. No way. It's a direct answer to the real problems of modern life in a big city.
So, to be super clear, when we say furnished apartment, we're talking about the whole package. It's move-in ready. It bundles your rent, your furniture, your Wi-Fi, all of it into one simple payment. Landlords aren't just renting out four walls anymore. They're selling complete and total convenience.
But hey, you don't have to take my word for it. The data itself tells a really powerful story about why this shift is happening right now. So let's take a look at the numbers. First up, check this out. Dhaka's house rent index is climbing by over 5%. Now, for a landlord, that number is basically a huge green light. It shows the market is strong, and in a hot market like this, tenants are way more willing to pay a bit more for the incredible value and convenience a furnished place offers.
And this is a huge piece of the puzzle: corporate housing. With occupancy rates hitting over 80%, it is crystal clear that companies, embassies, and NGOs are creating massive, stable demand. They need hassle-free, reliable housing for their people, and trust me, they are willing to pay for it. So when you put it all together, you get this picture. You have rising rents, which creates an opportunity. You have steady corporate demand, which means your property is rarely empty. And you have tenants who are actively looking for things like fast Wi-Fi and a home office. All these things are working together, just pushing the furnished market forward.
Okay, so if you're a landlord listening to this, you're probably wondering, how do I get in on this? Well, let's switch gears and open up the landlord's playbook, because there's a real strategy here for maximizing your return.
It's all about being strategic. Look, this isn't just about buying a couch and calling it a day. It means having a plan to refresh that furniture every few years to stay competitive. It's about adding things people really want, like a great home office setup. And if you target those reliable corporate clients and bundle everything into one attractive price, your property becomes a no-brainer.
And this quote really just nails it. You have to stop thinking of furniture as a one-time expense. It's an asset, and you need to manage it. Keeping your place modern and fresh is exactly what prevents those really costly months where the apartment just sits empty. It's an investment in your own continuous income.
Okay, let's flip the script. What if you're on the other side? What if you're the renter? This market is awesome. It offers so much convenience, but you still gotta be a smart shopper. So here's your quick guide to finding that perfect flat.
First things first, you need to know what kind of tenant you are. As you can see here, what a corporate expat needs, like high security in a central business district, is totally different from what a student needs, like affordability near campus. Once you know your profile, you can zero in on the right locations and the right amenities. And please, before you sign on that dotted line, run through this checklist seriously. Do the actual math. Is the all-in price really a better deal for you? Does it have the workspace and internet you absolutely need to have? And this is critical. Always check the condition of the furniture against the inventory list they give you. That one simple step can save your security deposit down the road. So, when you step back and look at the big picture, where is this all heading? Well, this doesn't feel like some temporary trend. The push for convenience, the mobility of the modern workforce, it all points to this being a permanent shift in how we live in cities. At the end of the day, this whole thing is really a win-win situation. For tenants, it's about freedom. It's about flexibility. It's the power to land in a city and be up and running from day one. And for landlords, it's a clear path to a higher, more stable income by simply meeting a demand that's already there and growing.
Which kind of leaves us with one last question to chew on. As our lives get more mobile and our cities get more crowded, is the hassle-free, move-in ready home not really a luxury anymore, but the new essential standard for city life? Thanks for tuning in.